All right, hello. So we'll be modeling this house, and this is from Ibiza. So the structure in itself is not that complicated. So it's just a rectangular house, but it has some sort of insets, like in this part of the house. So I recorded the video, but I forgot to turn on the microphone. So I'll just narrate how I did the modeling. Okay. All right. So we start with a cube, and the way we add the image reference for the house is we just need to import our house by clicking and dragging onto the scene. Okay, but the before you do that, you need to press 1, then go to the folder, click and drag on the image, right? Then what you can do here is you can scale the reference image. The measurements that I did for this was 14 by 10 squares, or 14 by 10 blender units, or if one unit is 1 meter, so that would be around 14 meters by 10 meters, right? So that will be the size. Okay, so I'm just aligning here the floor of the image reference. Okay, so you can move the image reference back by pressing G and holding Y, so that you can push it back like so. Okay, then align the floor onto the grid. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is fit the box or the cube onto the image reference. Okay, so you can turn on the transform tool, so you could use the the gizmo if you're still suffering from not being able to make use of the shortcuts in Blender, like the grab, scale, and rotate. Okay, so since Maya uses the same gizmo anyway, so it's also good to actually see the gizmo as it is being used. Okay, so we need to align the walls and the other side of the inset for the house. Okay, so I'm scaling the ceiling, and I'll be moving the left side of the wall and align it to the reference. Okay, then I'm adjusting the ceiling and moving the back part of the house. Okay, so I'm just selecting the face and moving it to the back. Okay, so these are the reference image. Okay, so as you can see, there's an inset where you could actually see the table and the chairs. Okay, so we need to cut into the cube so that we'll be able to put that inset for the tables and chairs. Okay, so press Shift Z in order for you to see the wireframe. Okay, then add an edge loop. Then we're going to add another one for the front part of the inset. So we're going to adjust all the edge loops and make sure that the measurement is 14 squares by 10 squares. Okay, and snap it to the grid. Okay, so select the wall, move it to the grid. So this is um, 14. Okay, all right, so I moved it to 10, I think. Okay. 13 kasi is a unlucky numbers architecture, so it's better to have it in even numbers. Okay, so I'm deleting here the walls and this part of the wall of the inset. Then I'll be extruding the wall so that it thickens. Okay, I'll be skipping ahead in the video. 'Cause I tried using the thickness, but it's not working well. So instead, what I did was to extrude the walls individually. So I selected the face, then extruded it like so. Then I selected the other side of the walls. I could I tried using the thickness, but it's the thickness modifier, but it's not even. So I just extruded each of the walls to the thickness that I preferred. Okay. So that part was selected. Then the top, the ceiling, would be selected and extruded. So all of the pieces needs to be selected. Okay. Then extrude it like so. The floor, we can extrude it also so that it has some sort of thickness. Okay. So we will be aligning the windows and the sections of the house. So as you can see, the the glass windows are not aligned. So I would have to do in an edge loop and adjust this side of the wall. Right, this side of the wall will be adjusted. Okay. So it has metal frames around it. So we're going to model the windows instead of using an Archimesh add-on since you're a beginner modeler. So I'm inserting edge loops in the different sections of the window. Okay. So the edge loop that I added are based on the thickness of the frames. So I added another edge loop for the other side of the wall. Alright, then I selected that section and moved it to uh, fit the reference. Okay. So that's for this part of the video. Okay, then we'll proceed to the next one.